Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday. Happy Good Friday to you who are celebrating Easter. I'm coming to you live today. I'm just waiting for my co-host, Alexandra and Christian, who are going to be joining me as we're going to be discussing and telling you a little bit more about the retreat that we are co-creating and bringing to you from Mallorca live in person for this beautiful event in June, from June 7th to the 11th. We're also going to be telling you a little bit more about something that we've got coming up before that, which is a free event that anyone can take a part in, or everyone can take a part in. So do hang out for this conversation to learn more about Bloom and to also get to know a little bit more about this free event that we are hosting. Now, Alexandra and Christian are here. Let's bring them on. Let's see if we can make them come on with us. Let me have a quick drink in between. Hello to everyone. Good morning, gorgeous ones.
Hey.
Hi, how are you?
Are you doing good?
Yeah.
We just jumped in the pool. We still have wet hair.
Lovely. Oh my gosh. You guys look so tanned already. I feel it's like good weather there, right, in Mallorca at the moment?
Yeah.
We are the Mallorca crew already diving into paradise for everyone to come.
That's the energy, that's the vibe that we definitely want to have. So I'm sending you lots of love for a sunny day, but we still have snow on the ground, so it's not so warm.
Oh, no. You can have an ice bath.
An ice bath, yes. I could definitely have an ice bath. Lovely. Well, thank you so much, both of you, for joining me. Christian, are you back on your legs?
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, covered. Good. All right. So for everyone just joining us now, so myself, Alexandra, and Christian, we are hosting a retreat together in Mallorca, which is also where Christian and Alexandra are at the moment, which is also where they're living. And we're going to be bringing you the Bloom retreat between June 7th to June 11th. And also before that, we're bringing you a free event that we're also going to be talking about today. But before we do any of these things, I would really love to pass it to Christian first, seeing that you weren't here last week. If we could get you to start off with introducing yourself for everyone listening, is that okay?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Christian, and yeah, I'm one of the free hosts for this wonderful retreat. And yeah, my motivation for this is to bring all these wonderful women together and to dive really deep into all the aspects of the feminine. And therefore, we need also the masculine to, on the one hand, hold this space, but also to, yeah, to take over all these aspects of the masculine you are taking in your normal life. Everyone takes and every woman takes. And so if there's the masculine which can hold that and take the burden from you to be the masculine, then you can fully dive and let flow into the feminine and experience you in, yeah, totally different aspects maybe which you never get before.
Oh, I love this so much. I can feel my womb like softening and being like open. So it is so beautiful, and I love this so much. And yes, of course, like you holding this divine masculine space for us all is wonderful. But also, I think it's worth mentioning that as women, we also have this masculine energy within us, and we do that. But this unique chance of having a women's retreat where we actually have a man with his full divine masculine capability and capacity to hold us, but also who is someone who is very in tune with his feminine side, it really brings such a unique flavor of this space, of this holding that you can give to all of us and that we can then co-create together as well. So it's really really special, really, really special. So I'm really looking forward to that. Thank you so much, Christian, for that introduction. As I mentioned, my womb opened as you were talking. So this is what we want for everyone to join as well in the retreats. Thank you. Alexandra, may I pass it to you to do the same?
Yes, you do. So for everybody who doesn't know me yet, I'm Alexandra, and I mean I burn for the feminine. I burn like where my fire, my flame inside of me is to help women to connect to their true nature again, to the feminine, to the sexual nature, and to all that they are. Fall in love with their body, with their sexuality, with their femininity, with their life, with just every aspect of their being, and that's just something that I love doing. Um, and that's what we're also going to bring into the retreat, like all the aspects of feminine, of sexuality, of your true nature.
Mm.
And that's just one aspect of many.
Mm.
Yeah, so much
Very,
about me. And
yeah.
you, lovely?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for passing it to me. So for me, I work very much within the embodiment space of sensuality, especially. And if you know the chakras, if you work with the chakras yourselves, whoever is listening, we have all of the chakras, right? And my force where I'm kind of working from is the sacral chakra, so the sensuality center where the creativity and the expression is kind of birthed from. So that's really like my main chakra that I'm activating within women especially. And it's a lot about the creative force, the creative energy, the deep connection to your sensuality, the expression, and the center of belonging as well. So when we're opening that part and like moving into the heart, well, we gain this like beautiful open channel of belonging and self-love. And this really is my forte, and I kind of burn my flame. So very much about igniting that fire of expression, sensuality, connection, belonging. And this is my personal flavor. So it's a beautiful mix between us three.
Yeah, it is. Huh? Now you can feel it.
Really, truly. I was just dancing around as I was like getting ready for the morning. So I've had a quite a busy week actually. We're doing the concerts this week, so it is really beautiful. But this is my only day off between like as we continue with the concerts tomorrow. And I was dancing around this morning, and I put one song on repeat for like an hour, and just like sang my heart out, just opening up my whole body to like really just anchor into this space as well. So I feel really receptive and really expressive as well, like in terms of like the energy that I feel like I'm exuding at the moment. So this is really what we want for everyone as well, to get to learn these little tips and tricks of how you can be receptive and how you can be that vessel of expression as well. So we're going to be bringing you all of these things. So as we're now kind of moving into a bit talking about the retreat as well, may I let's talk about the retreat actually. So June 7th to the 11th, Bloom Retreat in Mallorca. You have myself, you have Alexandra, you have Christian, the three of us co-hosting this fantastic space. We have a private chef preparing nutritious, delicious foods and smoothies and fresh vegetable and fruit juices and shots and everything, so that we can be like really supported from an internal perspective as well. As Alexandra mentioned, you mentioned in the beginning of our conversation, you mentioned paradise. So we have our finca that we booked in Mallorca, a private land with a pool, lots of separate bedrooms, a big gathering space, both indoors, outdoors. The sunshine will be there. We're expecting it to be there. Mallorca, so I'm sure it will be. And it's just going to be warm and delicious and balmy and starry night and just rituals and ceremonies and workshops and morning meditations and movement and just sisterhood and connection and belonging and deep transformation. And I know that Christian, something that you also always mention that Alexandra and me, we will both agree with, but it's like the darkness. So do you want to speak a little more to the journey that we're going to be taking all these beautiful women on?
I think for me, it's like if you want to be really expand into your light and all the aspects you think are nice and your power and everything, and to be really whole being, you also have to take care or dive into your darkness, which means going to the shadow aspects, the aspect which maybe your fears, maybe even your desires, which you do not want to or are afraid to talk about, and anything which is under the surface and you pushing away maybe. But there is the greatest gift to be whole and to be in your full power and in your whole being. And if you dig deep and find these diamonds there, you can bring them back up, and then they just radiate full of light and love.
And I just, when you just said that, I received the picture, and I think for Charlotta, you talked about it before. It's like also we are talking about blooming, and the retreat is called Bloom. But in order to bloom, you need the flower needs the roots in the darkness. So it always starts in the darkness, to dive deep, to have the roots deep down. And if you have like your roots rooted in the darkness, also that's when you can really bloom. When the flower can grow, when she can reach the light and she can be in her most beautiful. Well, in a beautiful flower, in her most beautiful blossom. How do you say? I'm missing an English word, but it doesn't matter, you get the picture. So this is what the retreat's about, you know, to have both aspects in order to bloom, to also have the roots down into your darkness, into the earth. Yeah.
It's so delicious. And I have to say this again, like the darkness, it is a very juicy space. Like when you dare to go there, there's so much that it's like almost like that inner primal wisdom that so often in today's society we put a block on, like we put it into a box and say, no, actually we don't want to look at that. But when we go there, it's like your truest nature almost that can come out and actually then bloom. So it is really suited. It's so juicy.
So maybe also to say that darkness doesn't mean there has to be pain, but darkness can mean that you're really connecting to your truest nature. You know, to aspects that in society they don't have a space and you put them away, as you just said. But in order to really blossom, you know, you need to open these boxes again, and then you're going to be whole. It's like also like the Lilith aspect, for example, or Kali. They are always put into a corner and you looked on, you know, and they don't have really positive effect on us, but actually they're really wrong. How do you say that? Like they are not just that, they're so much more than that, you know, and that's what we're diving into also. There's just so much juiciness there and deliciousness and aliveness. Like my life started to really be alive and full of beauty when I also embraced the darkness. Yeah.
It's like a whole different universe to add to the current universe. It is amazing. Sorry, my cat is here, like walking all over my bag. So can you hear that noise, or is it okay?
It's okay.
Like, because I have like packing from 3 different days and from 3 different concerts, like all over the floor with like bags and plastic bags and paper bags and things, and she's just like climbing all over them. Anyways, so tell me if it's annoying, and I'll make sure that she gets.
Fine. I love it.
All right. Well, that's incredible. Thank you for sharing those pictures with all of us. So for anyone just joining in now, we're discussing the Bloom retreat that we're hosting in Mallorca, June 7th to the 11th. And part of that retreat, we've actually got Bloom, and we've got 4 words that we've brought in. Do you want to share them, Alexandra? You say them so beautifully.
So we talked about the first word last week already, which is like we're taking you on a little journey, and this journey you can describe in 4 words. The first one is releasing. And look into the last video that we talked about releasing and what it means to us. The second one is remembering, and that's what we want to talk about today. The third one is, and I have them here, I need to look them up, is reclaiming. And the last one is reinventing yourself. And that's the journey we want to take you on, and we want to talk about remembering today. Yeah. What does remembering what it was comes up for you?
For me, it's like we're supposed so many times to be different, others tell us, or we read, or we think we have to be different. And remembering for me is to not to be different or to achieve more or to do different things, but to remember that everything is in us and that we are whole and we are divine beings.
Yeah. And it's also for me about very much connecting to that primal wisdom I just mentioned earlier as well, just like really reconnecting and remembering like where we're coming from and what our true nature is. So we are very socially conditioned to forget, sadly, with so many different things, whether that's a very feminine aspect about our cycles or the way we move with the moon or anything like that. We are conditioned to forget these things, and as with the remembrance, then we can connect to all of these things again, to our true nature, to our cycles, to our ancestral lines, to our deep healing. And I think this is really when you connect to these things, this is when you can start again, like reconnecting to some sort of a vibrancy in your life, because there are so many different elements in our lives at the time or for the time being, but a lot of them are surface level, I find, in today's society a lot of the time, because that's what we're conditioned to stay focused on. But we want to remember the underlying layers of who we truly are, and this to me is the remembrance.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's exactly what you said, huh? And it might mean something different for everyone, but I actually recorded a meditation yesterday, and it was really, when I said remember who you really are, remember remember your future remember how you are when you are the most beautiful version of yourself, when you're radiant, when you're embracing all of life. Just remember, it's not that you have to learn it, but you have to just remember, because it's in you. We're going to guide you in that for beautiful processes, workshops, rituals, embodiment, to just remember, because your body knows, your soul knows. And it's just that you have to, it's like opening up and remembering all of that. And the moment you remember, it's going to be click, and it's going to be, you're just going to know. It's as if it's never been gone, because part of you always knew. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to share on remembering for the time being?
I think it's good, huh?
That's a beautiful container, right? That's a very gifted container. So that's really beautiful. Thank you. So let's then talk about the free gift that we've got coming to you guys earlier. So we have the Bloom Retreat, which is a paid retreat. You get to come with us and enjoy just over, 3 full days and 2 half days of blooming, of rituals, of ceremony, of stargazing, of nourishing vegan food, of sisterhood, of connection, of sunshine, of warmth, of pool swims, of naked dips if you wish, and just belonging and expression and transformation and depth and growing roots and blooming and all of these delicious, juicy things that you are in charge of and we are inviting you into. And before then, we're going to be hosting a Bloom pre-retreat, which we're going to be conducting virtually. So me in Finland, you guys in Mallorca, if that's where we're going to be on that date. But for anyone who would like to come, and it's a free event and it's open to everyone. So whether you identify as a man or a woman or non-binary, or whether you're coming to Bloom or if you're not coming to Bloom, or if you're interested in Bloom or if you're not interested in Bloom, or if you just want to take part in any of our energies and just to feel this space that we are co-creating, then you can join the Bloom pre-retreat, which is going to be like a little taster retreat, a 90-minute free workshop session where we're going to be bringing you all of these flavors. Would you like to speak a little bit more to the Bloom pre-retreat, please?
I think it's just a little bit like a retreat for me, everyday life also, and you can see it like that. And it is like, as you just said, it doesn't matter if you're coming to Bloom Retreat or not, or maybe you're thinking about it and you're not sure yet. If you just want to be in our energy, if you want to dive in our energy and experience us and be held in it, then you're so invited to join us and to come. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful space where we are just going to share us and our energy, and some beautiful exercises and rituals, and maybe a hypnosis with you, where it's just all about, like connecting to yourself, to your body, to your being, to your soul. I think it's going to be a really beautiful, nourishing space, where you also get a taste of the little journey we're taking you on in the retreat, of the words we just mentioned, to just get an idea. And yeah, I think it's just going to be a really beautiful energy. So join us for this. It's a really beautiful choice, a beautiful chance also to get to know the 3 of us together in a free space, where you don't have to pay anything. You just have to enter and gift us with your beautiful time and your being. Yeah.
And that's on Monday the 2nd. So yes. Monday of May remind me of the time. I get confused with our time difference now. Was it 19?
Yes. I need to look at it. We said 6:30 our time, 7:30 your time.
Perfect. Thank you.
6:30 Mallorca German time and 7:30 Finland time.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much. And we've already got the sign up links and everything available. So you can go to our bios. You can go onto our mailing list. If you're not yet on our mailing list, you can get these emails with the reminders, with the sign up links. We've already got a few women who've joined us, which is great. And we're so excited to welcome everyone in there. I mean, it's a virtual space, so we can hold as many however many would like to join us. So please do come. The actual retreat in itself in Mallorca, though, on June 7th, there's only a few spots left available. So if you feel like that is your calling, definitely let us know and we can keep you updated, or you can just book in straight away. But if you have any questions, reach out to any of us. We're all available. I'll tag both Alexandra and Christian as well so that they can, so they're also easily accessible to you guys if you want to ask them any questions. If you want to ask me any questions, we're here and we love the personal contact. So just drop us a message, send us a voice note, and then we'll answer anything that you've got on your mind, on your heart.
Beautiful. Yeah. I think that's the most important thing, huh? Just as you said, join us for this. It's like the retreats that we hosted before, they were so magical. It's something that the women, it's like it's an anchor they have rooted inside. And whenever they hear, like the other day, I had a women's circle and I played a song that I played at the retreat. And there was a woman that joined us for the retreat last year. And she heard the song and afterwards she said, I was there again, in the retreat space with all of these women. And it was a really beautiful moment for her. Then something clicked and a huge shift happened. And she was there again, felt the connection to sisterhood, and it was so beautiful to feel that again. So these spaces, they're really, really beautiful, also to step out of your everyday life into the sacred space where a lot of transformation can happen because you're surrounded by beautiful people in a really high energy. So it's really, really special and something, you should experience once in your life. Yeah.
I love what you were just saying about this woman as well. I just got a visual of these moments when something clicks, and it's like the remembrance that comes in, and it becomes like part of the DNA, and it becomes like a part of the body in current life, in current time, as a touch point, and that could be a sound, sight, smell, like whichever sense we're using, but it really becomes a part of your body to take you through in this for the rest of your life.
And I get goosebumps because this woman had never danced in her life before. She couldn't. There was a blockage, never. And then in the retreat, she could, for the first days we danced a few times and she couldn't. It was like she cried and cried and cried. And in that moment something clicked and she was able, I'm really getting teary, she was able to dance. And ever since she cannot think about not having dance in her life. Something that becomes such a big part of her life. And it was so beautiful when something clicked and she was just able to dance and express herself. And that was so much more than just dancing, and so it was really, really special.
Yeah.
I think these places are, so magic can happen there. So it's whenever you're stuck or have blockages or think these are your boundaries or your limits, in these spaces, in high energy, there can really big shifts in life happen.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, I can't wait. It's going to be so beautiful. So for everyone, if you are tempted, if you're interested, join us in Mallorca, Bloom Retreat, 7th to the 11th of June, and get a taste of us before then on May the 2nd in the evening, 7:30 Finland, 6:30 Mallorca. And that's a virtual retreat, and you can join us for free for that one. So click the links in our bios, drop us messages through, get on our email list, and then you get all the information and just talk to us because we're so happy to be here for you.
Yes. Beautiful.
So thank you, beautiful, beautiful people. I have so much love for you and adoration. You are incredible.
Igualmente, as you say here in Spain.
So much.
Thank you, love. No.
And welcome everyone.
Thank you for holding the space for us today.
Very, very happy to. Thank you so much for receiving and for being here.
Yeah, and lots of love to all of you joined us and who are going to listen to this later. Thank you for being here. We can't wait to embrace you and to see you and to feel you. Yeah.
All right, beautiful. Enjoy your weekend, everybody, and you too.
Yes, you too.
We will speak to you on Monday, and then everyone else will speak to you whenever you reach out to us, ask us any questions, and we'll take you then.
Nice weekend.
Bye, loves. Bye, lovely.
Bye.